Hello everybody and welcome back to Ethiopia, where we are currently attempting to hold our beachhead here. I think we might be able to hold this beachhead. This one up here, however, this beachhead is far more questionable. Like, incredibly questionable. Ultimately, it's just whenever Brazil decides to attack us, we lose this beachhead. We're trying to put up some supply throughput here, but I really, really doubt that we're going to get anything particularly big. But this over here, I have a reasonable idea that we could win this. Like, we're a little bit over our supply cap, but we also have some construction underway here. So I think overall that's pretty good. Now over here, we have a bit of a conundrum, right? And that conundrum is anytime we try to push out here, we do large amounts of damage to the local infrastructure within this state. We would absolutely love... Let's see, actually, our front line should be adjusted here. I want to adjust our front line to be essentially what this state front line is. Or rather, what this state is, which would be looking like this. This is what we want to get our front line to be, I think. So that would mean that we want our offensive line to be... Is it just like that? No, I don't think it's that. No, it is that. Okay, this is what we want our offensive line to be then. The question is, how do we actually get there? Well, for right now, we need to work on some repairs on our infrastructure, that is for sure. And we need to try to push these guys back. The question is, when can we do that? Now, Brazil has pulled back a lot of their forces to respond to our other incursions. However, Japan has kind of stepped in, along with Chickasaw America. We're still considered stronger than them. I wouldn't necessarily mind doing a little bit of attacking here. The real issue is we want to keep this infrastructure as repaired as possible. Having the front line be partway in this state is really awkward and creates this stalemate situation. Now, I don't expect that this attack is going to succeed. I mean, we'll get a little bit at the beginning here, but... Brazil just pulled back 5 of their light tanks. Interesting. They must be responding with those up here. This is still standing. This is actually still standing, too. I'm a little shocked about that. We'll see when they decide to take this. I'm sure we're not going to get our naval bases built in time. I mean, if we can push these guys back, that would be huge. However, I think they're just going to move reinforcements in. I don't think that we're really going to have much success here. Like, I really, really don't. Yeah, we can see that they're struggling to push through this. Now, part of that is because there's mountain and hills here, and we don't have any mountaineers. That is definitely part of it. That is to be certain. I'm interested in kind of keeping the pressure up here, though. I think. Now, I have told this guy to execute this in a balanced manner, and I'm hoping that that will keep things a little bit better. We want these guys over here as soon as we can. Let's assign... Okay, they're already assigned to that line. Perfect. Now, we seem to be in a bit of a stalemate here. They don't seem to be interested in attacking anymore, and that is perfect for us over here. We 100% want that to happen because we are digging in with fort construction and with naval base construction. Now, how are we doing in terms of our supply over here? 42 out of 45. That's doing better, to be sure. How are we on logistics companies? Okay, we are 62 days away from logistics company 2. Fine. Oh, we're being attacked again. I guess they were just bringing reinforcements in. Fair enough. Hopefully we can hold this. Now, we are entrenched, I believe. Or at least we should be entrenched. And they're attacking... Like, they have significant numbers, particularly over here. We may get kicked out of here. And if that's the case, that's fine. I'm shocked that they haven't attacked here, actually. I'm utterly shocked about that. Like, our supply situation is so dire there. Our supply situation here isn't super dire. It's our numerical situation here that we're struggling with. That said, we are holding this. Yeah, we're holding this for now. So I'm reasonably content to see that. Now, we should be expecting to see our supplies come up here pretty soon. We should also be expecting to see more troops coming in over here. Now, these attacks are still ongoing. I'm going to let them continue to go, though. At least for a little while. Maybe I should switch this guy over to Cautious, where he'll be a little bit more careful, because I feel like we're doing a lot of infrastructure damage over here. Yeah, we absolutely are doing a lot of infrastructure damage over here. So let's have him just be cautious, and if he sees opportunities, he'll take them. In theory. Over here, let's see, that is these guys. For these guys, I would like... I mean, we're not gonna try to break out of this position. Not right now, anyway. That is absolutely not something that we're interested in doing. So we're going to have total throughput here of what? 60 supplies. So we're going to have in total... Let's see, incoming naval bases is currently 36. We're not going to have a whole lot more supplies available here. However, this does pull their troops over this way, which is nice. I can't believe they haven't taken this yet. Okay. I mean, they're going to. It's going to happen. But the longer it takes them to do it, the better it is for us. So I'm completely fine with that situation. This situation, they're going to continue shuffling troops around, I think. And ultimately, that might be fine. Like, we're just going to continue working on the infrastructure over here and resupplying. If they start attacking us, they're going to have similar supply level issues. I should think. Alaska joined the Alliance of Ojibwe. We kind of don't care. We're still holding this. And shockingly, we're still holding this too. Now, our cipher for Brazil was just fully decrypted. So, let's see what we can do with that. Let's see here. Go into... Ah, right. It's in here. We can reveal their intel. We can click to activate decryption bonuses. We'll gain the following bonuses for 30 days on top of passive ones, but the enemy will be aware of our decryption effort and will reset their cipher afterwards. So we have 15% invasion penalty reduction, a 50% planning speed increase, 15% defense bonus against the country, 50% invasion preparation speed, 15% breakthrough bonus, and then a few bonuses to ciphers. Okay. Let's do it. I would also be interested in potentially infiltrating their army. Let's see, what would this actually... Infiltration via parachute, blah, blah, blah. And then we'd want to put operatives into that. Okay, I see. That'll be good for now. I'm interested in that 15% breakthrough over here. Okay, so we can see here that their organization is currently soft capped at 27.7 because of the supply level in this region. Now, we're working on our infrastructure there. It will take time to repair this. It'll take longer than 30 days to repair this, in fact. I'm going to bump this guy over to aggressive, and we'll just see if we can get any gains here. If we can get gains, that'd be amazing. I kind of doubt it, but with the breakthrough bonus, we'll see. It kind of looks like no. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. They are falling back with that modern tank brigade. Noted. Okay. Let's bump this guy back to cautious. And we'll let our guys resupply a bit. We don't want to lose this toehold. So we'll just allow that for now. We've got this over here. This is now up to naval base levels of 10 in this location, but only 2 in these two. And our fort levels are coming up. So that's nice. We're getting toeholds there. Over here, we are up to a fort level of 5. Okay. Very interesting indeed. Well, I definitely want to get these guys... Oh, hello, we're being attacked. I doubt they're going to push through, though. Like, ideal scenario, though, would be what? Like a front line... Or not a front line there. Hang on, what am I doing? I need to delete that. I always do that. An offensive line. Somewhere along the lines of... this is not quite the direction I want it to go. I'd like it to go the other way, technically. So perhaps if we were... Hang on, I'm just going to delete that. Perhaps if we were to place an offensive line... Let's see. Offensive line. There we go. Somewhere like... I mean, the absolute ideal scenario would be not that. But rather something along the lines of this. But we would be on the other side of this offensive line. Like, we would be on the coast. So essentially, it would be like a spearhead that would go kind of like this and take the whole coast, would be the idea. Yeah, the game doesn't seem to quite understand what I'm trying to go for here, but that's okay. That would be the ideal scenario, if we can get a breakout here, but that's so far away right now. Like, what we need more than anything is just time to build up our fort level, as well as our naval base here. Now, one thing we could theoretically do is begin work on other naval invasions. Like in this region, potentially near their capital, potentially up to the north. See if we can spread them super thin and take the coast. That's something we could do. Newfoundland has joined the alliance of Ojibwa. Okay. That's fine. They can do that. Okay, these guys are going to try to attack us. I really don't think they will ever succeed in taking this at this point. I think this is a stalemate. Until we can take additional naval areas over here. So I think more naval invasions is probably in the cards. Unfortunately, we don't really have armies for that right now. So that's definitely something to consider. We could pull an army out of the African defense. I feel like we kind of don't need an army here. That said, these guys are not necessarily the best. I suppose we could grab, like, these guys out of here. So that is 6. It says up in the top. Okay. It's going to be lacking in tanks, but that's probably okay. I don't like how it scrolls back to the top every time you select something. That is not helpful. If we just select all of those, that gives us 18. Fascinating. Let's move that off into its own. Not an army group. Let's move that off into its own over here and get rid of that army group. These guys can move over to here, and they can start getting ready for a naval invasion from there to, say... Honestly, anywhere along here would be great. So they can start preparing for a naval invasion there. Okay, that's fine. We could group these guys together. This is all crappy units, though, right? So I think we'll hold off on that for now. I think this toehold is safe. And we need to start thinking about getting other supply zones here. That's the major thing that we need to think about. I want to check infrastructure in this region. Okay, that's maxed. That's great. Excellent. So I think these guys are having similar supply issues as we are. So as long as we're doing this cautiously, I think I'm completely okay with this happening. And this guy is set to do this cautiously. Now this breakout, we're currently losing here. That is not good. That is not good at all. Okay. It just flipped. Good. Yeah, they have insufficient organization to take this, I'm pretty sure. So our top priority should really probably be, if we go over into the African defense here, I'm going to take these guys and fill out this army with some assault divisions. Let's see, we need a total of 4 more. So we're going to do, I think, 3 infantry divisions and an assault division. Like this. We'll pop them over here. And yep, that's set to 24. Perfect. And then also in Army 12 here, or Army 4 rather, we will, I think, grab this European defense. This is fine. I'm okay with taking some of these armored divisions. And let's deposit those into here. I'm also interested in grabbing these 2 and depositing them into there. This is set to 25 divisions. Oh yes. Okay, I'm a moron. Gotcha. Just pop them straight over to here. Okay. Now I still expect this to ultimately fail. However, the longer they wait, the less likely this is to fail. We can get a total of about 30 some supply into here. Let's see. 31 supply is, I think, going to be our total. Which is not a lot. But it may be enough to hold this. Especially with level 10 land forts. So how are our land forts coming along over here? We're at about level 5 land forts. So we've got some time there. Before these get maxed out. That is fine. We are making some progress here, although I'm noticing... Oh yeah, we don't actually build here while it's under attack. That's right. So this is going to take some time for this to actually construct. However, we're not getting attacked here, which I find fascinating. Now I'm going to move these guys over into the South American theater here. And we're going to begin working on filling out this army with our unassigned divisions as they finish up. Excellent. And temporarily, just to make sure they make their way down there, we're going to, of course, put them on area defense right here. I don't actually care about the planning status of this naval invasion just yet, because that's going to need to be redone when we get a few more units anyway. So that should be fine. Improved anti-air upgrade. Okay, whatever. This is kind of irrelevant in here, I think. We're not really utilizing a lot of that. I want to continue these logistics companies quite badly. But for now, I think instead, got all of this researched. We're just about maxed out on technology. So that's definitely something to note. Yeah, this is completely fine. Our naval doctrine is fine as well. Our navy is fine. We might as well continue working on some of these. There's nothing else higher priority. Let's check in real quick on our strategic navy map mode. Things are looking reasonably good, although the Newfoundland Sea, I'm noticing we're having some issues in. So let's go ahead and split the selected task force in half. We will select these guys, give them a new navy, assign them to the Newfoundland Sea, and we will go ahead and do that and bump them up to 99. And then we'll do another one up here because I notice we have been removed from the Hudson Bay at some point. So we will go ahead and split that in half. We'll select this, make them a new navy, put it up in the Hudson Bay, and bump that right on up. Excellent. We do currently have 57 destroyers in the reserve fleet, but that's okay. Wonderful. We're going to be largely ignoring the naval situation right now. Largely. Because I'm much more interested in getting some of these land attacks underway. The Brazilians have definitely put a lot of forces into surrounding this area. But I don't think that they're going to be able to push into this. I mean, they're going to try to keep it under constant attack, but we're able to keep this supplied, no problem. And eventually, we're going to get additional fort levels into this. They can't attack 100% of the time. I'm shocked that they still have not gotten this under control. It's currently a level 3 naval base, and we have level 6 land forts here. This is getting tougher for them to deal with. Like, our naval base is pretty garbage here. There's no doubt about that. But it's getting better. As far as this push goes, I don't expect too much. We mostly are just trying to repair our infrastructure because we're doing a lot of damage there. Is there any way we can set, like, a stance here where these guys are going to be, like, less effective but do less infrastructure damage? Because I'm actually interested in doing that if that's the case. Like, I would like to reduce this to a simple equation of manpower and supplies, if we could. Which is why I want to push to the state border, if we have some way of doing so. I'm not sure how exactly we'll manage to do that, but that would be the ideal scenario. Okay, how are we doing on our training? We're going to have additional infantry divisions finishing up quite soon. That is good to see. We'll have 3 of those, and of course we need a total of 8. So that is fine. And these guys are just going to really struggle to push into us. I mean, honestly, the more they attempt this, I feel like the better off we are. If they just keep attacking, I'm happy, because their manpower is going to be suffering. If we go into the intel ledger here, we can see that they have about 140,000 available manpower. Which isn't much. Like, their manpower is actually plummeting. Like, really plummeting. They're expending tons of manpower on this. Or they're recruiting a lot. One or the other. Regardless, I'm pretty happy about that. Let's hop into our cryptology here and continue working on Brazil. There's our Logistics Company 2 finishing up. That is a big, big deal for us. I want to, of course, next grab Logistics Company 3. It's in support companies. There we go. Excellent. And we have some unassigned divisions. We will just assign these in over here. This should be 3 of them. Yes, yes indeed. Fantastic. So let's check here now, and we can see our current needed supply is down to 166 over here. Remember, it started at about 200 before we started doing logistics companies. So that is absolutely great. I'm very happy to see that. We definitely want to continue these logistics companies as much as we can. We're going to continue working on air superiority. Do we have close air support here? Yes, we do. Perfect. Okay, I want to be in default map mode here. So it's kind of targeting these 2 first. That's fine, I guess. So there's offensive formations finishing up. Question is, what else do we want to research, or what else can we research? I guess we can research some lower level carrier fighters, even though it's completely useless for us. Are these Japanese troops coming in or going out? They're coming in. Okay. So they're continuing to reinforce this area and this area. They're kind of ignoring this area, though, and that's baffling to me. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain at all. We may want to consider getting a Paratroop Division. Let's look at this. This currently has 3 units of Paratroop. Let's see. We could theoretically... Marines, paratroopers. We could theoretically bring that up to, say, 6 units of paratroopers. We could. And then give them something like a logistics company for supply purposes. Perhaps a motorized recon company. I don't know how motorized recon is going to be paradropped, but okay, whatever. Engineers, perhaps? And maybe some support anti-tank or a field hospital? Maybe support anti-tank. Okay, we'll just leave it like that for now, although maybe we add in a few more paratroopers, something like that. And now I would like to get, say, 2 units of paratroopers coming in here. Can we train those down here? Because that would be hilarious if we could. No, we can't. Fair enough. We'll train them over here. That'll be fine. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see if we can hold these locations and hopefully begin doing a little bit of breakout, perhaps with some paratroopers. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.